Decriminalise prostitution, so says independent senator and former chief medical officer Dr. Stephen King. Dr. King made the call at the official swearing-in of the island's parliamentarians last Thursday. Dr. King aired his views on the matter to the CTV News.
It's a public health approach. I mean, this is nothing new, and it's been discussed and debated in the public health literature and in many countries for a long time now. The issue really is, how do you protect people, and can you approach policy from a point of view where you protect people and debate things without allowing the emotions to get in the way of decision making. I understand that sex work is a very controversial issue. It's an emotional issue. There are moral issues that are tied up with it. However, on the other hand, one has to understand that there are people that are engaged in the business of sex work, and that the span of sex work is great. There's occasional transactional sex, which is probably the more common type, and there's more organized, sex work.
Dr. King admits there are many people who are exploited in the sex industry. He believes that the fact that prostitution is a criminal offense means that it is an activity in the darker criminal realm of our society. According to Dr. King, this also prevents sex workers from seeking the necessary services for their well-being, such as STD testing, psychosocial support, and counseling. Dr. King says his proposal is based on health research, and he believes that it will help us move forward as a society.
If you go on the WHO website and search for decriminalization of sex work, you will find loads of articles saying what should happen and what is happening and what are the best practices. I think it's a debate we should have. We should understand, yes, there are lots of sensitivity involved here. There are religious issues. There are moral issues involved. But at the end of the day, we also have to look at the human rights of people. We have to look at the health of people and see what we can do best to ensure that all people are protected to the best of our ability. To me, that is what a state should be doing. And therefore, we should be debating how do we give access to the kinds of services that sex workers really need. If on the other hand you say we're going to eliminate sex work from the country, then I would say that's a tall order, and I'm not sure it's feasible to do that.
Dr. King says, as an educated and intelligent people, St. Lucia needs to take a realistic and logical look at an issue of this nature. On the other side of this issue, the Lucian People's Movement. Upon hearing Dr. King's announcement, LPM issued a statement saying that they were not in favor of such a plan. We caught up with Ms. Felicia Brown, the deputy leader of the LPM, and she had this to say.
So decriminalizing prostitution is not going to change much about prostitution in itself. It's not going to allow women to empower themselves. We need to empower them differently. And that is where the take that we're standing on, that we need to empower them before they even get into that field, even to that. So it's a good way, because it's there and it's on the law books, but we need to start opening up the argument so that women and our society, and particularly we talk about women, but the men as well. Men need to recognize that prostitution is something that affects them as well. So we need to start opening up the doors. So we're not entirely agreeing to the idea of decriminalizing, but what we were saying is that we need to start opening the discussions, because there's a lot more that can happen when you do these things. There's a lot more, the long-term consequences, because we do not want a society where prostitution is rampant.
This debate is obviously a controversial one, but will require a healthy, intelligent debate in order to find realistic, workable solutions to this very real problem in our society.